I harvested 43 pounds of lettuce last month from my apartment balcony. No dirt, no garden beds, no mess. Just water, nutrients, and a system so efficient that my plants grew 40% faster than my neighbor's soil garden and used 90% less water. When I told her I was growing without soil, she didn't believe me until I showed her the roots suspended in nothing but nutrient solution. Every gardening tutorial assumes you need soil. But soil is heavy, messy, expensive to replace, harbors pests and diseases, and becomes compacted and depleted over time. What if you could eliminate it completely and grow cleaner, faster, more productive vegetables in a fraction of the space? In a moment, I'll reveal 3 proven soilless growing methods you can start this week, including the simplest system that costs under $30 to build, the technique that produces restaurant-quality lettuce in 28 days, and the method that's feeding millions of people in countries where soil agriculture has failed. This isn't theoretical. This is hydroponics, aquaponics, and aeroponics made accessible for home growers who want maximum yield from minimum space with zero soil. If you're limited by poor soil quality, if you're growing in apartments or urban spaces, if you want year-round production regardless of weather, or if you're prepping for scenarios where traditional agriculture becomes impossible, this video is your roadmap. Pay attention because the system you choose determines your success rate, and setup mistakes cost you weeks of lost growth. Welcome to plantspacecollective, where we grow more for less. Subscribe now because we're about to prove that soil is optional and results are not. Part 1: Why soil-free growing works. Before we dive into methods, understand why soilless systems outperform traditional gardening. Faster growth rates. Plants grown hydroponically grow 30% to 50% faster than soil-grown plants. Why? Direct nutrient access. In soil, roots search for nutrients. In soilless systems, nutrients are delivered directly to roots in optimal ratios. Lettuce matures in 28 to 35 days hydroponically versus 45 to 60 days in soil. Higher yields per square foot. Soilless systems enable vertical stacking and dense planting. You can grow 10 to 20 times more food per square foot than traditional gardens. Water efficiency. Hydroponic systems use 90% less water than soil gardens. Water recirculates instead of draining away. In drought conditions or water-scarce regions, this is critical. No soil-borne diseases. Fungal wilts, root rots, and nematodes live in soil. Eliminate soil, eliminate these problems. Plants stay healthier with fewer interventions. Year-round production. Soilless systems work indoors under grow lights. Climate becomes irrelevant. Grow tomatoes in January, grow lettuce in Arizona summer heat, complete control. Cleaner harvests. No dirt means no washing. Lettuce, herbs, and greens come out clean and ready to eat. Now let's build the systems. Part 2, Method 1, Deep Water Culture, the simplest system. Deep water culture, or DWC, is the easiest entry point into soilless growing. This is where most people should start. What is DWC? Plant roots suspend in oxygenated nutrient solution. An air pump bubbles oxygen into the water, preventing root rot. That's it. No timers, no pumps beyond the air pump, completely passive. What you need: 5-gallon bucket with lid, $3 to $8. Net pots 3-inch, $1 each. Air pump aquarium type, $8 to $15. Air stone and tubing, $3 to $5. Hydroponic nutrients, $12 to $20. Growing medium clay pebbles or rockwool, $8 to $12. pH test kit, $5 to $10. Total startup cost, $40 to $70 for one bucket system. Step-by-step build. Step 1. Drill a hole in the bucket lid size to fit the net pot snugly. For a 5-gallon bucket, use one 3-inch net pot. Step 2. Fill the bucket with water to 1 inch below the net pot when the lid is on. Step 3. Add hydroponic nutrients according to package instructions. Most nutrients come in 2-part formulas. Mix both into the water. Step 4. Adjust pH to 5.5 to 6.5 using pH up or down solutions. This range optimizes nutrient absorption. Step 5. Place the air stone in the bottom of the bucket. Connect it to the air pump via tubing. Run the air pump continuously. bubbles oxygenate the water. Step 6. Fill the net pot with clay, pebbles, or rockwool. Plant your seedling supporting the stem with the medium. Step 7. Place the net pot in the lid hole. Roots should touch the water surface initially. As roots grow, they'll extend into the water. Lower the water level gradually as roots develop. What to grow in DWC? Lettuce, herbs, basil, cilantro, mint, spinach, kale, and chard thrive in DWC. Avoid root vegetables and large fruiting plants like tomatoes in single bucket DWC. They need larger reservoir systems. Maintenance. Check water level weekly, top off with fresh nutrient solution. Change water completely every 2 weeks. Dump old solution, rinse bucket, refill with fresh water and nutrients. Monitor pH weekly, adjust as needed. Clean air stones monthly to prevent clogging. Expected results. Lettuce ready to harvest in 28 to 35 days. Basil produces continuous harvests for months. 1 bucket feeds 1 to 2 people in fresh greens weekly. Part 3, Method 2, Kratky method, 0 electricity, 0 pumps. This next method is where most beginner hydroponic systems fail, and it's why the Kratky method doesn't. The Kratky method is passive hydroponics. No electricity, no pumps, no moving parts, set it and forget it. What is Kratky? Plants sit in net pots above a nutrient reservoir, roots grow down into the solution. As water level drops through evaporation and plant uptake, an air gap forms between the water surface and net pot. Roots in the water absorb nutrients, roots in the air gap absorb oxygen. Perfect balance. What you need. Opaque container, 5-gallon bucket, storage tote, mason jar, $3 to $10. Net pots or hole in lid, $1 to $5. Hydroponic nutrients, $12 to $20. Growing medium, $8 to $12. pH test kit, $5 to $10. Total startup cost, $30 to $60. Step-by-step build. Step 1. Drill or cut a hole in the container lid to fit the net pot. For larger containers, add multiple net pots spaced 6 to 8 inches apart. Step 2. Fill the container with water and nutrients, mix to manufacturer specifications. Step 3. Adjust pH to 5.5 to 6.5. Step 4. Place seedlings in net pots filled with growing medium. Step 5. Position net pots so roots just touch the water surface. Step 6. Place the system in bright light or under grow lights. Step 7. Do nothing. The water level drops naturally over weeks. The air gap develops automatically. Critical Kratky rules. Never refill the reservoir during the grow cycle. The air gap is essential. Refilling drowns roots that adapted to air. Use opaque containers. Light causes algae growth in the reservoir. Start with seedlings, not seeds. Kratky works best with transplants. What to grow with Kratky? Lettuce, spinach, arugula, herbs, and small greens. Kratky works for 1 full growth cycle. Harvest, clean the system, restart. Expected results. Lettuce matures in 30 to 40 days with 0 intervention. 1 5-gallon Kratky bucket produces 4 to 6 heads of lettuce per cycle. Perfect for beginners, off-grid situations, or backup food production. Part 4, Method 3, Nutrient Film Technique, Maximum Production. NFT is the commercial hydroponic standard. It's more complex but delivers maximum yield per square foot. What is NFT? Plants sit in sloped channels. A thin film of nutrient solution flows continuously down the channel, bathing roots. The solution drains into a reservoir, then pumps back to the top. Continuous circulation. What you need. PVC pipes or NFT channels, $20 to $40. Reservoir storage tote or bucket, $8 to $15. Submersible water pump, $15 to $25. Tubing and fittings, $10 to $15. Net pots, $10 to $20. Hydroponic nutrients, $12 to $20. Growing medium, $8 to $12. pH and EC meters, $15 to $30. Total startup cost, $100 to $180. Step-by-step build. Step 1. Cut holes in PVC pipes or channels to fit net pots. Space holes 6 to 8 inches apart. Step 2. Set up the channels at a 1 to 2 degree slope. Water flows from high end to low end. Step 3. Position the reservoir below the low end of the channels. Solution drains into it. Step 4. Place the submersible pump in the reservoir. Connect tubing from the pump to the high end of the channels. Step 5. Fill the reservoir with water and nutrients. Adjust pH. Step 6. Turn on the pump. Solution flows down the channels and returns to the reservoir. Step 7. Plant seedlings in net pots with minimal growing medium. Place net pots in channel holes. Flow rate and timing. The pump should run continuously or on a timer, 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off. Flow rate should create a thin film, not a flood. Adjust pump flow or channel slope if needed. What to grow with NFT? Lettuce, herbs, strawberries, and leafy greens excel in NFT. Avoid heavy fruiting plants like tomatoes, they need more root support. Maintenance. Check reservoir daily, top off with water and nutrients. Clean channels monthly to prevent algae and biofilm buildup. Monitor pH and EC electrical conductivity every 2 to 3 days, adjust as needed. Expected results. NFT systems produce 10 to 15 pounds of lettuce per month from a 4-foot channel. Continuous harvest. As you remove mature plants, add new seedlings. Commercial quality greens at home. Part 5. Nutrients, the foundation of soilless growing. Soil provides nutrients naturally. Soilless systems require you to provide them. Hydroponic nutrient solutions. Buy pre-mixed hydroponic nutrients. Brands like General Hydroponics, Master Blend, or Maxi Grow work well. Nutrients come in liquid or powder form. Powder is cheaper and stores longer. Most formulas are 2-part or 3-part. Part A, nitrogen and calcium. Part B, phosphorus, potassium, trace minerals, and sometimes Part C, magnesium. Mixing instructions. Follow manufacturer ratios exactly. Typical concentration, 1 to 2 teaspoons per gallon. Always add nutrients to water, never water to nutrients. This prevents chemical reactions. Stir thoroughly. pH management. Nutrient absorption depends on pH. The optimal range for most vegetables is 5.5 to 6.5. Test pH with a liquid test kit or digital meter. Adjust with pH up potassium hydroxide or pH down phosphoric acid. Add drops slowly, test, repeat. EC and TDS. EC, electrical conductivity, and TDS, total dissolved solids, measure nutrient concentration. Too low, plants starve. Too high, nutrient burn. Target AC 1.2 to 2 for most leafy greens, 2 to 3 for fruiting plants. Use an EC or TDS meter to monitor. Nutrient solution lifespan. Change nutrient solution every 2 weeks in small systems. In large systems with reservoirs over 20 gallons, top off weekly and change monthly. Old solution becomes unbalanced as plants absorb nutrients selectively. Part 6. Lighting for indoor soilless systems. Soilless systems work outdoors in sunlight or indoors under grow lights. Outdoor systems. Place systems in locations with 6+ hours of direct sunlight. South-facing balconies, patios, or rooftops work well. Indoor systems. Use full-spectrum LED grow lights. Leafy greens need 12 to 16 hours of light daily. Fruiting plants, tomatoes, peppers need 16 to 18 hours. Position lights 12 to 18 inches above plants. Adjust as plants grow. Light intensity. Leafy greens, 200 to 400 micromoles per square meter per second. Fruiting plants, 400 to 600 micromoles. Most full-spectrum LED panels specify coverage area and intensity, match to your system size. Cost. LED grow lights cost $30 to $150 depending on wattage and coverage. Electricity cost, approximately $5 to $15 per month for a small system. Part 7. Starting seeds for soilless systems. You can't plant seeds directly in hydroponic systems, you need seedlings. Seed starting methods. Method 1. Rockwool cubes. Soak cubes in pH-adjusted water. Place 1 seed per cube. Keep moist. Transplant when roots emerge from the cube bottom. Method 2. Rapid rooter plugs. same process as rockwool, slightly more expensive but easier for beginners. Method 3. DIY seed starting in soil, then wash roots clean before transplanting to hydroponics. Tedious but works. Germination timing. Lettuce and greens, 7 to 10 days to transplant-ready seedling. Herbs, 10 to 14 days. Transplant when seedlings have 2 to 4 true leaves and visible root development. Part 8. What grows best without soil? Not all vegetables thrive in soilless systems. Focus on proven winners. Excellent soilless crops. Lettuce, spinach, arugula, kale, chard, basil, cilantro, parsley, mint, strawberries. These grow faster and yield higher without soil than in soil. Good soilless crops. Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers. These work but need larger systems with strong support structures. Avoid in soilless systems. Root vegetables, carrots, potatoes, beets. Their growth form doesn't suit hydroponic setups. Large vining plants, melons, squash. They need extensive support and space. Part 9. Troubleshooting common problems. Problem 1. Algae growth. Cause light exposure to nutrient solution. Solution. Use opaque containers. Cover exposed water surfaces. Problem 2. Root rot. Cause lack of oxygen in the water. Solution. Increase aeration. Check air pump function. Ensure water isn't stagnant. Problem 3. Nutrient deficiencies. Cause pH out of range or depleted solution. Solution. Test and adjust pH change nutrient solution. Problem 4. Slow growth. Cause insufficient light, incorrect nutrient concentration or temperature extremes. Solution. Increase light duration. Check EC levels. Maintain water temperature between 65 to 75 degrees F. Problem 5. Pump failure. Cause clogged pump or power outage. Solution. Clean pumps monthly. Have backup air stones for DWC systems. Part 10. Scaling your soilless garden. Start small, prove the concept, then scale. Year 1. Single system. Build 1 DWC bucket or Kratky container. Grow lettuce and herbs, learn the basics. Year 2. Multiple systems. Add 3 to 5 more buckets or build a small NFT system. Diversify crops. Year 3. Commercial scale home production. Install vertical NFT towers or multi-level DWC systems. Produce 50 plus pounds of greens monthly, trade surplus or sell at farmers markets. Soilless growing scales infinitely. The limiting factors are space, light, and time, not soil. There it is, 3 proven methods for growing vegetables without soil: deep water culture for simplicity, Kratky for zero electricity passive growing, NFT for maximum production. Soil is optional. Clean water, nutrients, oxygen, and light are all you need. Start with 1 5-gallon DWC bucket this week. Grow lettuce, harvest in 30 days, taste the difference. Once you see how fast and clean soilless growing is, you'll never go back to fighting soil compaction, pests, and weeds. The future of food production is soilless, you're just early. Comment SOILLFRE if you're starting a hydroponic system. I read every comment. For more advanced food production systems, subscribe now. Thanks for watching Plant Space Collective. Your soilless garden starts today.